Indeed, it looks like he was actually just in the process of constructing a barracks. But he is very much on the hunt right now. You can see him just kind of flooding out his units in multiple directions, trying to get a bead on where it is that that Light's building is. And Light has a stout defense erected around that single supply depot. So really, very obviously, very intent on protecting that, and with good reason. That is his last bastion of hope.
I think that Upmagic's raids managed to spot out at least that concentration of forces, and I think that if Upmagic commits and just sends all of his battlecruisers to suicide Yamato that building, if he can actually click on it under that, then he'll be okay. But he might just not actually be able to target that half-built supply depot.
Yeah, this is absolutely bizarre. I mean, I never imagined that when we started this, that this would be the way that this game concluded. With an absolute battlecruiser shield erected over the supply depot. I don't know how Upmagic's going to be able to penetrate that, and really, without any forces to commit to going out and cleaning out Upmagic, though, I don't know how long Light's really going to be able to hold out. It is as impressive as a display as this is, constructed over his supply depot without any resources or SEVs to construct any additional buildings, or without enough force to do anything other than defend. He would have to essentially lost this game already.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it would depend on if Upmagic can reclaim any of these bases, and looks like Upmagic is going to be sending in his race. Upmagic can afford to wait right now. He can afford to wait until every last unit has every last point of energy on it before committing to anything. But
and I would have to imagine that. And there's.
Was that GG or a pause request?
What pause request? What's this is high quality. I mean, I have no clue what was just typed out there. I don't know that this is being played under Kespa rules since it's WCG, so obviously no disqualifications are going to be handed out for some in-game banner. But at this point, yeah, I mean, it looks like the resource advantage and as well as the SEV advantage all goes to Upmagic. I mean, if he wants, he could really just completely rebuild and restart this game, whereas Light does not have that option. So really, this is just becoming a war of attrition. How long does Light intend to just stay here with almost no hope of winning without actually going ahead and pushing out on the map, and then at that point sacrificing his one half-constructed supply?
Covert Ops is going up again, so maybe Upmagic is going to just nuke all of that and end the game that way. That'd be funny.
That would be quite the end to this game, I would have to say, and actually a completely viable option for him, based upon the fact that there's obviously nothing that can spot for Light. Actually, he does have science vessels in there, so it would be difficult to sneak the Ghost in. Hopefully, if he can manage to, if Upmagic manages to get his race in to snipe the science vessels, but I mean that block of units, it seems almost impenetrable. I do not know.
Yeah, I have no idea how this one is going to play out. I have to imagine that Upmagic is going to take this game, but if he doesn't, it would be really shocking. But it's not immediately evident how he's going to attack that big group of units.
Yeah, I mean that ball is very present, and Light just kind of just posturing up, just kind of sitting there. And I suppose this would be the time that you're looking for. If you wanted to get into the free agency conversation, this would be the time. It looks like the nuclear silo is actually now being constructed, and this would probably be the lowest APM that you'll ever see in a professional StarCraft game, right here being displayed by Light, as he literally does not a whole lot of anything in preparation for the attack that is eventually going to come from Upmagic.
Scouting Goliath on the move, I don't even think that that's a good idea. I think he needs to pretty much commit all that he has to defending here. He can't really afford to have any stray anti-air units picked off here. But I guess Light just felt that he had to do something. And
yeah, I mean his arms might be getting cold, and oh, there goes that force. Oh, but he's now pushing out, or is he? It looked like for a moment there we might actually see him press out from that supply depot, but now it looks like Upmagic has decided that it is time to end this, and he is going to commit everything to it. And so the final showdown will be coming now. Maybe once that we're waiting on a timing attack basically for that nuke to get set up before he initiates the final battle.
That nuke is finished, and wasn't there a game that Upmagic played against Flash that ended kind of similarly to this, with a bunch of battle cruisers and stuff clustered around like a turret or an engineering bay or something? Here we go, Ghost's in, it's cloaked, it's on the approach, what's going on? Nuclear launch detected, but there's no time to react. Those forces are all going in the opposite direction. The vessel has to have, I think, spotted the Ghost, but there's not really much that Light can do about it. He can't really divert units away from these battlecruisers. Nuke taking out a good chunk of that GG. That's amazing. What a game that was. Holy crow.
Yeah, I just could not. I mean, wow. Who could have imagined that this is what we were going to see at the conclusion of this? Light really sticking in there, doing literally everything that he could. Did not want to exit this qualifier. Really wanted to move on. But Upmagic takes this game within pretty much the most non-standard TvT that I've witnessed, perhaps ever.
I don't know if the whole game was non-standard, but the battle cruisers and ghosts and nukes ending definitely was. That was a special game. That one's one for the ages, I think. And I had meant to mention this a bit earlier in the commentary, but completely forgot or was just so caught up in the action of it all. An interesting thing about this game was that this was a showdown between the only two Terran players to ever have won a game on that ridiculous map, Battle Royal, and they've this series, and especially this third and deciding game of this series, was definitely a battle royal worthy of that title.
Indeed. Both these players came in with their A game. I mean, it pretty much did start off as just a completely crazy game with the double proxies. Just a lot of action all the way throughout. I have to hand it to these guys. They've delivered us just a fantastic game of StarCraft that was very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, very high-level play and very entertaining play, and when those two things coincide, it's always something special.
Indeed. Special like you, Image, and I thank you for inviting me into this cast and for sharing this epic game with me. Hopefully our viewers enjoy it just as much as we.
I'm sure they would have. Weapons, I should probably thank you as, you know, you are SC2GG's current commentator of the week, and I'm basking in your increased exposure and piggybacking off of your internet fame.
Indeed. I'm riding my 15 minutes as hard and as long as I possibly can.
15 minutes?
A fame, baby, a fame.
Alright, thanks everyone for watching. GG for sure. And we'll both, I'm sure, be seeing you around on YouTube.
Indeed, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. GG.